Blue skies means fun days. Helping skydivers with tips and techniques about safety, training and fun jumping from those who know.
Hi, and welcome to Blue Skies Fun Days. I'm Kraemer Clark. It has been said that most skydivers are missing out on some of their education by not having those old campfire chats or not waiting around all day for the weather to clear. So we talked to some people at Skydive Arizona to see what their thoughts are. So, Chazzy, where do you go for quality skydiving advice?
Wow, that's a good one. To Lori for quality skydiving advice. I would say it depends on the discipline. I go to somebody that I know is really well versed in that discipline. So if I have a belly question, I'm going to go ask Lori. If I have a tandem question, I'm going to ask Alaska or Jared. If I have a camera question, it depends on what the question is.
So I talk to a lot of the instructors that are walking around, or just people with a lot more jumps than I do. But the instructors are usually the best place to get that advice.
Well, I have the privilege of working with the instructors here, so usually with them, I'm very closely affiliated with the school, so I usually use the instructors as my litmus for anything instruction-wise or weather-wise.
Definitely a new jumper, your AFFI is going to have some pretty decent advice for you. Or an organizer is usually a pretty trusted resource. Yeah, definitely not the guy at the gas station. Don't ask him anything.
I go to either my mentors at work or there's a lot of great mentors here at STAZ, or sometimes even the sim. The sim is a great resource. I mean, that is like our Bible. It has everything that you need in every scenario that you can come across with the BFRs, and it's where you can find all your information. That's where we learn from.
Where do you typically go for quality skydiving advice?
I have a network of mentors and coaches that have been coaching me for the past couple of years, and so I'll usually reach out to them in the specific disciplines that that's their expertise.
If someone was asking, where should I go for advice, what would you recommend?
I would recommend the instructors, the LOs, people with a lot of experience.
When I was learning to skydive, Parachutist magazine was probably my main source. In more recent history, Skydive radio has been pretty good about advice. The internet, I think, is a good source of information. And if for new jumpers, Jump 21 is a podcast also that's really good. It's geared towards beginner jumpers, and they have a lot of good advice there.
Where do you go, Greg, for quality skydiving advice?
The load organizers at Eloy.
I feel like I'm pretty lucky to have a lot of experienced people around me, so usually I just ask my friends, but they just happen to be experienced skydivers.
I'd say I contact people that are more advanced than me, that I know are the professionals. So for me, I mainly wingsuit, so I'll message Matt Gerdes or Jack Lane or Joe Webb, these people who have been doing it forever.
My husband, he had about 3,000 jumps, and yes, you find many people at every drop zone all around the world.
I go to any one of the people here at Skydive Arizona. I think I'm spoiled with the amount of skill that we have out here, and the staff here is incredible. So I would go just talk to anybody at Skydive Arizona.
And what's the best piece of advice given to you?
Don't forget to pull.
Especially in my later years, that I'm finding that breaking off at 4,500 feet gives more time to deal with mistakes. So I guess the advice is a little more altitude, more safety time in case things go wrong.
If you see locals pulling off of a load, it's probably time, because that means there's really bad weather, and we've seen this movie before. So that, and if you do decide to get on that load, just remember, if you make it down, it doesn't mean you made the right decision. You got away with it.
best advice I've been given, just to like have fun and like sort of not stress out too much.
Don't lose the respect of the sport.
So the best advice is don't let up on your brakes low to the ground, at least not aggressively.
So what's the best advice given to you?
Given to me is one that I actually take throughout my whole skydiving is go slow and at your own pace. You're skydiving for yourself, so make sure that you're having fun and taking the slow steps that you need.
One of the things that's kind of stuck with me, something an instructor told me was like to just be more open-minded to like positive outcomes that can happen. And when you're about to jump out of a plane, you can get psyched out about all the negative things that can happen. And yeah, I guess like I've been trying to become more positive or more open-minded to like the positive side of things, and it's like something you can kind of extend into your real life too a little bit.
Enjoy not being good, because you're always going to not be good, because your bar's always going to get higher. You know, once you start sit flying, you want to learn head down, then you want to be able to track through all the angles. So if you're never enjoying the process of not being good on the jumps, then you're kind of wasting your time, aren't you? Like, I still feel like I'm not good. It's just the level of skydiving I'm doing is going up.
Best piece of advice, I had 11 jumps, and it came from Jeannie Bartholomew, and she had invited me to a canopy course, and I was like, oh, I'm still working on, on my free fall and being stable. And she said, the clouds don't hurt, but the ground does. So focus on landing your parachute as best as you can, as early on. And I still, 10 years later, here I am, and that's still probably the best advice I've ever received.
What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
That it's a journey. It's not a rush, take your time. Don't downsize quickly. Don't upsize wingsuits quickly, progress correctly. Be an old skydiver, not a bold one.
Just be responsible, be consistent and responsible in the sky, whether in free fall or under canopy. Just do the right, have the right teaching behind you, and just follow your training.
What is the best advice you remember being given to you?
It wasn't even specifically to me. It was at a SIS event, and I remember Jen Key taking the mic and saying, I don't care if you have 20 jumps or 20,000 jumps. The moment that you stop learning is when you should hang up your stuff. So keep learning.
Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Blue Skies Fun Days.
Just a quick note to our skydiving family. Blue Skies Fun Days is here to help our family grow, have fun in the sky, and to do it safely. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and tell your friends about the lessons we have on offer to help everyone become better skydivers. For more tips and techniques, click subscribe.